Okay, before starting the session, before starting the class, I would like you to please introduce yourself in brief about your school, about yourself, about your class, everything.
So I'm Nitya and I go to Skyline High School. I'm in 11th grade, IB Diploma 1.
Okay, fine. So Nitya, this side Neha Sharma, and you better know that today I'm taking your physics class, and the topic is about mechanics. So
Yes.
before starting, I would like to tell you that if any problem is there in between, if any topic you are not understanding, you can just stop me in between and you can ask the question without any hesitation, because it's just about concept clearance. And this is a demo class, so no hesitation or nothing should be there. Okay. So we will start from the very beginning. And before that, I would like to know a few things from your side. Do you know the term that is displacement and distance? What is distance and what is displacement?
Distance is a scalar quantity. It only gives the magnitude, whereas velocity is a vector quantity. It gives the direction plus the magnitude. So in velocity, it shows how much distance you traveled from the starting point to the final point.
Displacement. You're saying
yes,
velocity.
Displacement is the it's from the start. I don't know how to explain it in words, but I know what it is.
No issues. So what the basic difference between the two is, when we are talking about distance, basically we are talking about the actual path we are covering. From any location 1 to any location B, what is the main path that is provided to us? But if a person wants to take a shortcut, shortest path that person can generate or covers, that is the displacement. In order to explain it, can you see this whiteboard?
Yes, I can.
Okay, fine. So if a person is initially at location A, I have to make it. If a person is at location A and is covering the path like this and reaching location B, so this is the actual path made by the government, you can say, made by the government for us. You have to follow this from moving from point A to point B. But the easiest way to make a shortcut, the shortest path that we can make, that is just you need to join the initial and the final positions. So what is the best way to join these two positions? By joining it with a straight line. So whenever we are talking about displacement, we just have to join the 2 points with a straight line, and this is the shortest distance. This is the actual path, and this is the shortest distance. So the shortest distance covered by anyone, that is a displacement, and the actual path covered by us is called as a distance. Now you have told me that one is a scalar quantity, another one is a vector quantity. Distance is a scalar. What is scalar quantity?
A scalar quantity only has magnitude and no direction.
Okay. And what do you understand by the term magnitude? What is magnitude?
Magnitude is quantity or a value.
Just a value which tell us about the size or how much is the length, how much is the weight and something. And when we are using direction with it, what do you understand by the term? How can you please give me an example to explain that distance is a scalar with an example and displacement is a vector with an example?
Okay, so a distance can be 216 kilometers, whereas there would be 216 kilometers south or 200.
Exactly. So you can yourself see this when we are covering the actual path, that is distance. At that time, the person is first moving towards left, taking a turn towards left, then taking a turn towards right, and at every position the person is taking turns. So there is no specific direction. In that case, if someone asks from us about the direction, we are unable to specify the direction because many times we just changes the direction. Okay, but in case of a displacement, if the person is moving towards right, continue the motion towards right. The direction is specific. That's why we are saying in displacement there is a specific direction and hence it is a vector quantity. But in case of a distance, there is no specific direction. So we are not talking about direction. We are unable to specify the direction. That's why when we are unable, we will say there is no direction. Right? That's why it is a scalar quantity. And the unit of distance or displacement are same, and it is SI unit is
meters per second.
For distance and displacement.
Oh, that's meters.
It is meter only. Okay, so because there are a lot of numericals in mechanics, so I would like you to just one numerical. This numerical I haven't introduced in PPT, so I am just dictating it. You just have to do it. If a cyclist travels 16 kilometers in 70 minutes.
In 17 minutes.
70 minutes.
70.
70.
Oh, okay.
You just have to convert it into meter per second. You just have to find out the speed in meter per second.
Okay.
Have you done?
Yeah.
You just don't have to go for a calculation because it will consume time. I just want to know how you are doing it. To convert kilometer into meter, you just have to multiply it with
1,000.
And to convert minutes into seconds, you just have to multiply it with 60. That is it. In terms of instead of minutes, if there is hours, then you have to multiply it 60 multiply 60. That is 3600. That is a basic concept. One thing I would like to tell you, because many times students find confusion in this when they are converting. So whenever you have to convert a larger quantity into the smaller one, for example, in this case, kilometers to meters or kilometers to centimeters, whatsoever, you just have to multiply it. You have to multiply it with something. And if you have to convert a smaller quantity into the bigger one, like you are converting meter into kilometers, that time you just have to divide the things. Sometimes students find confusion and they do it in a wrong way. So that is the thing which you have to keep in. Larger to smaller multiplication and smaller to larger division will be there, right? So this is all about this numerical. I'm going to share my screen in order to go through quickly, because as it is a demo class. So I want to cover as much as possible. So tell me whether it is visible to you. Screen is visible to you or not.
Yes.
Give
Oh
me a
no,
second.
screen not yet.
Give me a second. Yes. Is that visible to you?
Oh yes, now it is visible.
Right. So this is already we have discussed that what is distance and what is displacement. We have few numericals, but before numericals, I would like to go through the concepts. I'm skipping the numerical for now, and then we will do that. So next is speed. So similar to the whenever you want to see this whiteboard, when I'm using the whiteboard, you just have to maximize the small box on the screen. Okay, where I'm visible. Right. So now I'm talking about speed. So you just don't have to look at this. We will discuss it ourselves. Now, what speed is? What is speed?
Speed
Basic
is,
idea. Basic idea. There is no need to define it or something. Basic idea. What do you know about speed?
it's like how fast you travel, how much distance you cover in time, and
Right. Exactly. So we can say that speed is basically a quantity. It is a physical quantity in which we'll measure that the distance covered by an object in a given time. For example, if someone is moving with a speed of covering a distance of 100 meters in 5 seconds only, then the speed will be 100 meters in 5 seconds. That is 100 divided by 5. So in order to find it, in front of you, the formula is given. Speed is equals to distance upon time. Now there is another term in contrary, that is velocity. What's that?
displacement upon time.
Right. And what is the difference between the two?
Speed is a scalar quantity, whereas velocity is a vector quantity.
Exactly. So I would like to explain first. Speed is a scalar and velocity is a vector quantity. If we will relate it with our life, if a person again is moving through this path, for example, you consider yourself that you are going from your home to school. This is your home, this is your school. You are moving from H to S, and the path covered by you is this. But one of your friend is very smart and he find another way, a displacement somehow, and he is covering this path, the straight path. Obviously, this one is a displacement. Displacement is always in a straight path. So, if another of your friend asks you that how much speed you are coming every day, you will definitely say, I am coming at the speed of 60 kilometers per hour. And your friend is saying, I am coming with the speed of 30 kilometers per hour. Right? Can you correct? Because you are correct. Your answer is correct. But your friend's answer is wrong. He is coming with the value is correct. But he is saying, I am coming with the speed of. But he is not covering the speed. Because he is following the straight path, he is following the displacement. In case of displacement, that factor changes to the quantity, changes to velocity. So if someone is following the actual path, the distance upon time is speed. But if someone is following a straight path, that is not a distance, that is a displacement. This is a displacement. Displacement upon time is velocity.
If you go on the highway and you want to measure the speed, it's not speed, it's a displacement. Every time it's a straight path?
It is depending on the path followed. Because if you are on a highway and if it is a straight, up until the time it is a straight path, you are you are following the velocity, concept of velocity. But the time you are taking turn, you are changing the direction. That means your direction is not specific now. That means now you are coming under the concept of speed. You can't say that it is my velocity. Velocity is only if the person is covering a displacement. And displacement means in scientific concept, in concept of the calculation, in terms of calculation, you just have to keep that in your mind, that displacement is always a straight path, right? And this in this case, it is not a straight one. It is a displacement. Displacement over time is always speed. But here we can say that this path is undergoes the velocity concept of velocity, because the path is straight, it is displacement, and displacement upon time is velocity.
Okay.
That is the thing. So I can say that speed is related to distance, velocity is related to displacement. So that's why speed is a scalar quantity and velocity is a vector quantity. Because in speed, again, like distance, there is no specific direction. But in velocity, like displacement, there is a specified direction. So that is the major difference. Now the SI unit of the term is, what is the SI unit of speed as well as velocity?
Meters per second.
Meters per second. Because we know that distance, SI unit will be meter. And for speed or velocity, it is distance upon time. SI unit of distance is meter per time, it is second. Similarly, in this case also, displacement upon time, unit will remain same. Because ultimately we are talking about the path covered divided by the time in a given time. So unit in both the cases are same, because unit of distance and displacement were also same. Okay. So we have few numericals. Wait, again I'm sharing the screen first. Okay. So here we have a numerical in front of you. Can you see the screen? Is it visible to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, the very first numerical, it is a simple one. A car travels along a straight road, 100 meter east, then 50 meter west. Find the distance and then displacement. And it is very interesting question. A person is covering the distance, path covered, in two portions, two parts. It is 100 meter and 50 meter. How will you solve it? If you have any idea, then tell me.
They're going east and then they're coming back west.
100 no. Yes. 100 meter east, then 50 meter west.
Okay.
So what will be the distance and what will be the displacement?
The distance would be 150 meters.
Exactly.
And the distance would be 50 meters.
Exactly. So because the total path covered will be first 100 meter and then 50 meter. So total will be 100 and 50. But we are talking about displacement, the final distance, the path covered between initial and the final position. We just have to connect it with a straight line that comes out to be 100 minus 50. So you know the answer and you know the concept. So let's move to the second question. A person walks 4 meter east, then walks 3 meter north. Determine the distance and displacement.
4 meters east and 3 meters north.
Just tell me the concept. Don't go for the calculation work because it will take time again. You just have to tell me the concept only.
Okay. Well, since so the distance would be 7 meters and the displacement we can calculate using Pythagoras theorem, which should be 5.
Exactly. Because according to Pythagoras theorem, 4 square and 9 square. 4 16 and 3 square. Sorry, it's 9. 16 plus 9 is 25. Under root of that will be 5 only. Displacement will be okay. Your concept regarding this is also clear. Next, move to the next question. In the case of body circulating around a circle of radius r, you just have to tell me. Question is not properly written. when it completes one revolution, what will be the distance and displacement? The first part. In one revolution,
displacement would be 0.
Exactly.
And the distance would be 2 pi r.
Exactly. And when it completes a semicircle, that time distance would be?
That time distance would be 2 pi r. No, pi r.
Exactly.
The displacement would be d.
Right. Or we can say 2r. Twice of the radius. Right. So, okay. Nitya, so this one is the next slide which we were discussing. So speed, we know, SI unit, we know that it is a scalar quantity. Now, what is average speed? What is average speed?
That should be the speed, the distance upon time, all of the distance.
As it is speed, so it is definitely distance upon time. But if we are talking about average, means that concept comes into play only when if the person is moving from one location to another, but not with the same speed. Like sometimes we used to go from one to another location with a speed of 20 km per hour. But sometimes a path is not the similar path. There are so many humps or some problems, the destructions would be there. So at that time, we need to change our speed every time. So if the person is moving from one to another location, by changing the speed every time, that time we have to calculate the average speed. Okay, so that time you have to use the formula of average speed, that is total distance over total time. I will give you a short example. For example, if you are moving from one to another location and 10 kilometer you covered with this in an hour, next 10 kilometer you are covering in half an hour. So both the time the distance was the same, but time taken was not same. What you have to do, 10 kilometer plus 10 kilometer, add on both the distances, that is the total distance covered by you, divided by the total time, that is 1 hour plus half hour, that is 1.5 hours, and you just have to divide it. We have numerical problems related to it. Let's go through that. Yes, Nitya, it is there on your screen. 4 questions are there. So I know that the first question is the easier one. You just have to divide it. So leave it. We will start with the second one. A car covers a distance of 450 meters in 1 minute, whereas a train covers 69 kilometers in 45 minutes. Find the ratio of their speed. Just tell me what you are going to do.
So, it's 45 by 6.
Right.
And the train would be 69 divided by 45 into 60.
Right. You just have to change kilometer also, because if we are representing in SI units, so it's 69 kilometer multiplied with 1000. Then whatever be the answers in both the case, you just have to divide both the answers in order to find the ratio. Right. Okay. For example, in first case, if it is 45, and in second case, let it be 2 point something. You have to divide 45 divided by 2 or 2 point something. So the third question, that is, Kate traveled a distance of 9 km from her house to the school by auto rickshaw at 18 km per hour and returned from the rickshaw at 15 km per hour. Find the average speed. Now you can go for it. Average speed you have to find for the whole journey. Question number 3.
So from 9 km from her house to school.
Right.
By auto rickshaw, and find the average speed of the whole journey.
It is a bit tricky because with distance, time is not given.
Yes.
It's speed.
And I also have to make it meters per second.
No, there is no need, because it is kilometer. per hour, and both the terms are in kilometer per hour. So you don't have to change. If you want to, you can, but otherwise there is no requirement to change.
Okay.